Hey everybody, in honor of reaching 500 subscribers, I'd like to show off my knives. Alright, my oldest and most precious knife is my Filipino Bolo Machete. This was given to me by my dad, and I was just a little kid when I received it. This knife is old. It was hand forged. There's a maker's mark here. It's a great camp knife, great for making kindling. The handle has been replaced. This is a hickory handle that I put on from an old axe handle. It doesn't have the right geometry and I'm going to replace it. Blade length is 10 3/4 inches. It needs some maintenance. I'll have to do some sanding and polishing here before I re-blacken the blade. But this is a fantastic Bolo machete. Filipino bolos come in all kinds of shapes and influences, and I really like this one, sort of forward weighted. It's also good for cutting and slashing. So that's a look at my Filipino Bolo machete, my oldest and most personal blade. The next set of knives is a set of 3 Smith & Wesson throwing knives. I got these off of Amazon. They measure 8 inches long. Alright, my primary bushcraft knife is the Helle of Norway with a 4-inch blade. I believe this is a through tang here with some kind of peen situation. It's a beautiful wood handle of some kind. I primarily use this for batoning, kindling. My primary EDC carry is the Boker Kalashnikov. It's an automatic. Deep carry pocket clip here. Really snappy action. I primarily use this to open up boxes and just as a general utility knife. Aluminum scales, pretty affordable and very nice snappy action. Alright, my other EDC is the Swiss Army Victorinox officer's knife. This is something that I'll have on me camping or day hiking. It has the saw. So that's the Victorinox officer's knife, the one with the saw. This isn't really a knife, it's a letter opener that I created or whittled with the Swiss Army knife that we just saw. It's made out of redwood, and redwood is very soft. It takes on this beautiful hue when it's oiled with boiled linseed oil or mineral oil or whatever. If you can get your hands on it, it's kind of a nice wood to carve because it's so soft, but yet it's quite sort of luxurious. And a letter opener is a practical thing to have around that not a lot of people have anymore. So if you're looking to scratch that itch of woodworking and you don't have a lot of money or a lot of different tools, a Swiss Army knife and an offcut of some redwood, or you could potentially even use cedar. It's an interesting project, and I ended up making half a dozen of these and giving them away as gifts when times were a bit leaner. Alright, next we've got the Spyderco. This is the Dragonfly, fully serrated, very lightweight. This is the 2-inch blade, and that is G2 stainless, made in Japan. The Spyderco Dragonfly serrated, and that's a nice knife for backpacking or boating. The fully serrated is really aggressive for, say, rope or strap cutting. That's a nice Spyderco Dragonfly. Alright, so here's the Opinel No. 8, stainless, made in France. I think of this as like a paring knife. Very sharp. I don't have confidence in the locking mechanism for hard duty work, but this is a knife that I take with me to work for slicing apples or cheese. I've removed the factory finish and just added a beeswax mineral oil finish, which I prefer. This is the Opinel No. 8 stainless, and this is a 3 1/4 inch blade. My primary box cutting blade is the Stanley 99E. It has a retracting mechanism here. It holds several other replacement blades in the body. This is made in the USA. Affordable. I use the Irwin blades with this. It's hard to beat something like this for processing boxes. This is a kind of an interesting knife, just a Home Depot purchase. It's a bit flickable. It has a frame lock here. Pretty flickable. 2 1/4 inch blade. Wire pocket clip. The Milwaukee Fastback Hawkbill carpet blade. Probably my least favorite knife is this Sarge chip knife, but the problem with it, that I see anyways, is that when you grip it, you've got this hot spot on the secondary blade, regardless of which one you're using. Alright, this next one is not really a knife exactly, it's more of a small carving axe. And it has this single bevel to control how you're carving material. This is from Best Made Company, and one thing I'll note about it is I don't have like a lot of confidence in how the handle is attached to the tang. This is the small carving axe or small carving knife from Best Made Co. Alright, so now we're on to multi-tools. The primary multi-tool that I use is the Leatherman Squirt. I prefer to have the small pliers for the work that I do that involves video. This helps with grip work, even when you just need to get a little bit of torque on a bolt. For a time I tried to switch it up and I changed to the Leatherman style. The last multi-tools that I have, the Leatherman Crunch, which is their vice grip. And this is extremely high quality. It's a little awkward to deploy. Here's the opening, like so. A multi-tool that I've had for the longest is this Gerber, which has like a fast deploy for pliers. In order to access the tools, the plier just has to be open, and then it has a serrated blade, flathead, Phillips head, a file, non-locking. So that's the Gerber, made in the USA. So thanks again for helping me get to 500 subscribers. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.